Hello, class. I am teacher Huang Feiya from Guangxi Vocational College of Finance. In the last class, we got to know the statistical index, this economic thermometer. Today, the owner of the bakery, Wong, comes for help with a new problem. The unit price of strawberry cake has jumped from 20 yuan to 22 yuan. Whole wheat bread dropped from 8 yuan to 7.5 yuan, yet the price of baguettes remained unchanged. And here's the magic. Total sales actually bucked the trend and rose by 5%. Boss Wang wonders, how much impact does the strawberry cake price increase have? Is the price trend in the entire bakery area up or down? What are the breakthroughs in sales this month compared to last month? Obviously, a single index is like a one-armed baker. It is difficult to need a complete economic dome. Here we go. Let's jointly unlock the top 5 metrics classification methods. Unlocking the business code behind data. It's like a bakery. Classify the cakes, breads, and snacks clearly. Convenient for customers to choose and manage. Statistical indices also require scientific classification to accurately interpret complex economic phenomena. Accurate classification is a fundamental skill for data workers. It's also a basic respect for real data. Next, let's unlock these 5 categories. The first category is divided into objects. Divided into individual index and composite index. Individual index, it's like a label for a single strawberry cake. For example, the price of strawberry cake is equal to 22 yuan. Divided by $20 multiplied by 100% is 110%.
That is, every student, and what we need to do.
Then the composite index. It's like a comprehensive label for the entire bakery. So for example, the total price index of all bread, it tells us that the price of the entire bakery area is an overall increase, still down. The second category is classified according to the nature of statistical indicators, divided into quantitative index and quality index. Quantitative indicator index focuses on changes in embodied volume. He only cares about how much he sells, for example, reflecting changes in sales of whole wheat bread, strawberry cake baguettes, etc. Index, it's like a baker counting every day how many loaves of bread were sold. Then the quality indicator index, it cares about how it sells. It reflects whether prices are rising or falling. Is the cost high or low? Whether profit margins are good or bad. The price index is a typical quality index. These 2 metrics are like the quantity and quality of bread. They have to cooperate to be able to fully analyze the problem. Both are indispensable. The third category is divided according to the base period of adoption. Divided into fixed base index and chain index. Fixed base index, select a fixed reference point. The base period is based on years as a term. For example, take January of last year as the base period. Calculate the price of bread this year. The fixed base index is equal to 108%. This is equivalent to using last year's bread shelf as a permanent benchmark and measuring how much things have changed overall this year. Then the chain index, it is compared next to the previous issue. For example, this month's bread sales, chain index, equals this month's total divided by last month's total. Multiplied by 100%, that's 115%. That's like a bakery comparing weekly sales. Keep an eye on the latest trends, which makes the response much more sensitive. The fourth category is divided according to the comparative content. Divided into dynamic index and static index. The core of the dynamic index is to look at the change of time. For example, comparing different months. The index formed by the price of bread last month and this month. It gives a clear picture of price movement. What about the static index? It is the core that compares at the same point in time. There are 2 kinds of spatial exponents. For example, at the same time, the price and sales difference between Boss Wang's store A and store B. Plan completion index, for example, compare the actual sales of this month with the planned sales to see the degree of completion and check whether the target has been achieved. The fifth classification is by common calculation methods, divided into comprehensive index and average index. First, put the goods that cannot be added directly. such as bread and cake, by introducing a common factor, usually price or sales, like a precise mix of flour and sugar. A comprehensive calculation of the index that reflects the overall change. Average index, based on the individual index. It's like averaging the popularity of different breads. Get the overall picture. We will study these two methods in depth later. So let's now take the sorted index tool to solve the puzzle of Boss Wong. The individual price index of a strawberry cake is 110%. The price has gone up. Second, the individual sales index for whole wheat bread may be 125%. Sold more, even if the price is reduced. Third, the total price index for the bread section, the quality index is 102.3%. Explain that the overall price has increased slightly. Fourth, the aggregate sales volume index for bread this month. Quantity index or sequential sales index. Maybe 115%. Sold more. Obviously, the price of a single item has gone up and down. Individual index, but the overall price rose slightly. The total price index is 102.3%. Plus overall sales have increased significantly. Sales index is 115% higher than the month-on-month index. Correction, this led to a 5% increase in total sales. It's like the recipe for a successful bakery. We need to keep a close eye on individual product performance individual index, and even more importantly, grasp the overall situation aggregate index. We need to look at both how much is sold quantity index and the selling price quality index. We need to watch both long-term trends fixed base. We should also grasp short-term fluctuations month on month. Finally, use a scientific method to synthesize the ratio average index. Calculate the whole. Class. Today we passed Boss Wang's bakery. Not only does it unlock the 5 main categories of the index, completed an important data truth journey. Classification is like a price tag in a bakery. Authenticity, it's all about rigor. Exponential classification of each science. It is an accurate measurement of the temperature of economic phenomena. It is also important for economic decision-making, a heavy responsibility. I hope that no matter what position you're in the future, can be honest, professional ability. Be a good data gatekeeper and a good reader. After class, please choose 3 products from the campus bakery. Complete the following tasks, according to the 5 categories learned today. Calculate the corresponding index separately. Second, analyze the problems reflected in these indices. Give the store manager a business suggestion. In the next lesson, we will choose the best analytical report. The above is all the content of this lesson. Thank you very much.